What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Last week we did the airbox fix where I put the different screws into the airbox cover. This week we're doing another thing with the airbox. So when I took my air filter out to clean it the other week, it was very dirty and I wanted to get a pre-filter. So today we're making a pre-filter for the air filter. So let's roll that intro and we'll get on to what we're doing. Alright, so what I've got here is a Putoline oil air filter. So the size is 250 by 350 by 15 mil. It's dual layer, two different style thicknesses, or whatever you want to call it. One rough foam, one thin foam, just to filter out smaller particles. And it can be oiled as well. So I'm going to cut a square out of here, and it's just going to sit in front of the stock air filter there. So we'll get this open, we'll get the air filter out, we'll go to the bench, and we'll get it in. Alright, so we've all seen this process before, removing the seats to get to the air filter. So alright, for the air filter bolts, I've changed them, so they're just Phillips head screws now. So I'm going to get a quick zap with this. So they're there we go, two Phillips head screws. So those was in my last video. I replaced the screws here with these Phillips heads. Put that aside, and now we can just take out the filter assembly, just like that. So filter assembly. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to the bench and we'll go from there. Alright, so here we are at the workbench, and I'll give you a closer look at what that is. So as you can see, it's just a foam filter. Having a look here, you've got your two different grades of foam, the white and green there. So, and then this is the housing. Like I said in previous videos, I put that on there to help it seal, because apparently people had issues with the filter sealing, and the filter just pops in there. So pop the filter out like that, and you're left with this bracket. So this bracket sits inside. So on this side here is where the air goes into the bike. So it takes off into the bike this way. From this side here is where the air comes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, it's got this lip here. As you can see, it's got probably about an inch or so lip. I'm going to use that lip to hold some of this filter element in. So what we'll do is we'll measure it out and see how we go. So sitting the filter in there. It's looking like we want to get the outside diameter of this, you can see in there, of that filter element. So put that to the side, keep that out, and we'll open up this. So as you can see, this is fairly big, and we can probably get one, two, maybe one, two, probably 3 or 4 out of this. So what I want to do is I'm going to leave a little bit of extra room just around the outside. Then I'm going to mark it with a pen when I can find one. Which I don't have. I don't have a texter or a pen in here by the looks of it. So don't do what I do, but I'm going to get straight on to cutting it. So I'm just going to make a quick mark around it. and I can just see, it's really hard to see, that I can just see where it is, where I've made that mark. What I'm going to do is get a ruler out. So if we measure this, we should be measuring about just over 14 centimeters. So I can see the line there. Measure twice, cut once. Well, let's measure once, cut once. It's not a very sharp knife that I'm using. I probably should have changed my blade before doing this. So, like I say, she's a bit on the wonky side, but we'll clean that up. So put that aside. Now let's see if it fits in here. It's definitely going to be too big. As you can see, it's a bit uneven in there. So I do want to trim it down a little bit. It's that wonky side that sort of caused that. So I do have some scissors here, so which cuts real nice. So just cut that wonky side off, stick it back in there, and it fits nicely in there. So what I'm going to do is stick the air filter back in, flip it back over, and this here, so the green is the finer side and the white is the coarser side. So you want the white out. So slide that in, slide it in there, and it's still a bit long on the edge because it's pushing up there, as you can see. So might just have to trim a little bit off here. So that's fitting in there much nicer now. It is a little bit raised here, so I might just do a little bit more trimming. As I can see, it's a little bit sort of cockeyed, so I think that's where we're causing issues. You probably have a better idea of what to use to cut this, but for me, I've got plenty of spares, so if I cut it a bit wrong and it doesn't work very well, I'll just make another one. So that's sitting in there a bit nicer. That's definitely not going to move in there. It's going to be nice. So this lip here holds it, and the filter is going to slide in. And when the air filter gets sucked through there, it's not going to move anyway, and there's no way for it to get sucked into the engine. So what we'll do is we'll stick this back in the bike. See how it goes. So you should oil it, which I might do. Oiling it is just going to catch a bit of the dust and that before, so I might just give it a quick with oil. So I've got this K&N filter oil. Oops, spray the bench there, that's all right. Give that a wipe up. So what I'm going to do is just going to massage that through the filter. Nice squeeze. And that will just catch any of the little fine dust particles that want to get in there. Alright, we'll just wash the oil off my hands and we'll get that back in the bike. So reinsert into the bike. Just you got that little notch there, and that's the air filter on the back there. So that little notch goes down, just slides straight in. And then we'll put the lid on in reverse order. So this is what holds the filter in place, these little fingers here. So make sure that holds down all right there. And I'm not going to do the electric for these to do them up. I don't want to strip them or damage them, so just start them with the fingers and then get the screwdriver onto them. And because I got filter all everywhere, just a quick spray and wipe. Alright, we'll put the seat back on. Alright, so that's just a video of using this universal sheet of pre-filter element to create a pre-filter for the CFMoto 800MT. Like I said, after my Flinders Ranges trip, my air filter was really dirty, like absolutely filthy. So hopefully this here will also stop a little bit of the extra dust getting into it and save the filter as well. So do a regular clean of the filter anyway. So we'll see how that goes. If there's any issues or what happens, I'll report back. But other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.